Slanjava.
And to you.
All right.
Cool.
We got 2 here. I have a TIE Interceptor, and I got you
The droid tank.
That's a name. I can never remember that. All right. We're gonna build some Legos.
There's directions. Oh, good. I didn't see a paper. I was like, Charles, what do we just do? It's like I just sneezed a bunch of Lego pieces out.
All right. Mine has 21 steps.
All right. I expect 21 stories.
How many steps does yours have?
Mine just says, see Roger.
Roger.
Roger. Yeah.
Wait, do you get a droid with yours?
Nope, just the tank.
Okay.
Here you go. Take my bag.
I'm gonna null mine out real quick, 'cause that's how I do.
That's how he do.
So, Phil, tell me a story.
Once upon a time. Later.
You know what?
I've done that show.
I was supposed to do that show.
Aw. What kept you?
COVID. We had a
Oh,
little.
that's right. You were doing the one. Oh, down in DeSoto.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a global pandemic that happened.
Just a little thing.
Nothing major. Just
That's so sad because it was gonna be you and
redacted name. Let's do that. Let's just not.
you and Rosencrantz.
I'm missing a piece. Oh,
How can you already? Okay, you know,
what?
someone gets to design these.
When I was a little boy, I always wanted to be a Lego designer.
Who didn't?
I know. I mean, it's the
You
most.
thought you could make money doing this? It's just like, yes, please.
Yeah, for real. I'm already
We
on
were growing up.
step
We
7.
had. Well, bully for you.
Here, I'll slow down.
No. Shut up, Charles. No, I'll slow down, he says. We had all these Legos growing up as kids, but we had all the originals, like the castle, and my mother made us get rid of the ghost.
You had to get rid of the ghost in the castle?
Yeah, because ghosts aren't real.
Oh, interesting.
Anyway,
I heard that
I
about
think
birds,
that's haunted
too.
her ever since. But
I heard birds aren't real, too. I heard that was a thing.
caca.
You remember that
Yeah,
one?
the birds weren't real. No,
Yeah.
never heard that one.
You never heard the birds aren't real?
I was homeschooled part of my life, but I did not miss the boat on birds, namely because one attacked me when I was younger. It was in our backyard. It was this big purple parakeet. And obviously, it escaped from a much more wealthy person's house. And
Wait a minute, you were attacked by a parakeet?
yeah, that was like flying around. It was in Huntsville where we were growing up, and it was like flying around. It hated the color purple, even though it was purple. And so I went out to do my gardening, and it attacked me, and I couldn't get it done, and I ran away screaming. And my father was like, "No, okay," but it loved my dad. And then my mother showed up because I was like, "There's a bird in the back, and the bird attacked me." And she comes out. She was wearing this purple shirt, and the bird it lit into her. She ran away screaming. At that point, I was like, "Okay, I see the merits of this bird." It's still very sad. I'm like, no one should attack my mom, but the funny factor, because
But she made you get rid of the ghost out of your...
Yep. But I grew up watching America's Funniest Home Videos. We didn't have
I think most of us did. Most of us did. It was the 90s after all.
Bob Saget, rest in peace.
Cut that.
Sure. I just said a rest in peace. Come on.
Bob Saget's death was one of those that really did kind of catch me off guard. You know, you never expected that to happen, especially because it just kind of came out of nowhere.
So tell me a story, Charles. I told you about my Legos and the ghost and the parrot and Bob Saget doing edited things. Go on. Tell me a Lego story.
Well, I loved Legos, as most little boys and girls.
Spider. Kill the spider. Kill the spider.
As most kids did. I won't. There's no point in genderizing it. Kids love Legos because it's building, right?
And now adults love them.
Yeah, because we were kids once. But I didn't have a whole lot of friends growing up.
Charles.
And so Legos were one of those things that I could, always do. And so I always wanted Legos. Anytime I could get them. And then they were expensive, They were not a cheap...
That has not changed.
They were not a cheap toy. And so it was a luxury, to get a good set of Legos. And so, I always banked at Christmas time that someone would get me Legos.
Looking around going, I'm going to be extra nice to that rich relative.
And then trying not to shake the Christmas boxes. But I remember...
That was the dead giveaway. Yeah.
I know.
I wonder if it's Legos.
But I remember I got... what were the other ones? The ones that weren't great Legos, and they didn't really stick together. You remember those? They were like the generic Legos.
No, like mobile or something? Is that what we're talking about?
No, mobile. No, it's like Mega something.
Gotcha.
Is it Mega Block? Is that right? Am I making that up?
I don't actually know. I was a brand person myself, so.
But yeah. Anyway, so we'd get. I got those once.
Cool.
And it was this really, they always looked really, really cool. I got this really cool race car. And it was like an F1 race car or something. It looked really neat. And the pieces, when I put them together, I put this whole thing together, and I went to take it and show it to my mom and dad.
Oh no, I see where this is going.
And I didn't trip. I didn't do anything. I set it on the counter, and the whole thing went and just broke apart. It just out of nowhere, it just broke apart.
That was the first life lesson of the agonies of having time wasted.
Yeah.
You're just like, what's the point? You look at ants after someone knocks over the anthill. I think Brian Regan did a bit about this. We think one ant would be like, oh man. But no, they're all just like, start rebuilding. Yeah, I had that with... before they acquired all the name brands and Lego had their Indiana Jones knockoff Johnny Thunder.
Yeah, I have one.
You do?
Yeah, I love Johnny Thunder. He was my favorite.
Me too, and it's literally because he was a ripoff of Indiana Jones.
I had the Zeppelin.
You had the Zeppelin. Oh, yeah. I had the Jungle Temple.
Oh yeah, and I had that biplane, the little biplane in the car. It was like a biplane and a car together.
Oh, dude, it was so cool.
Yeah, I had that one. Had all the old castle ones. I inherited a bunch of Legos from one of our neighbors, and I got
that is a rich inheritance.
Yeah, I got the original space sets. I got pieces from that, and I kick myself every day because I can't find my little blue spaceman.
Oh,
the original little blue, which they've brought back, by the way. They brought back the classics.
Vintage is in.
Yeah, which is cool. I thank the Lego Movie for that because that
this
character
is
was
true.
so
That's
popular.
Very underappreciated. The contribution that it made for bringing back the standard classic stuff. Didn't Charlie Day play that character?
Charlie Day sure did play that character.
Like a spaceship. Will Arnett as Batman.
Yeah.
I can only look at you in the face right now. That's how I feel about most of our interactions. Okay, you know what? Good for you.
I did put one together backwards. I had to fix it.
Well, this is my first time in a while, actually. I mean, it's kind of sad to say. It's the first time in a while building Legos.
I think it is for me too, actually. This has been a while. I always get a little minifig when I do a show, and I put it on wherever I'm my station or whatever. But that's not the same. You're just putting a minifig together.
That's pretty cool, actually. That's a fun little way to waste time. I waste time backstage I bring Past the Pigs. You ever played that game?
Yes, we played it together.
Oh, okay. Well, that's I forget just how well we know each other, Charles. But yeah, that's what I tend to do. I will be backstage playing the ponies, only the little piggies.
Oh, yours is a lot more complicated than mine.
That's what I'm going to tell myself,
No, mine only has these two little moving parts. You've got
Exactly.
a turret.
That's right. I have
That's a turret, right? Isn't that called a turret?
I'm aware.
No, is that what that's called? I was asking.
Yeah. They're trying to think of all those Shakespeare words now. It's just...
I bet there's a word for turret in there.
Oh, of course.
But aren't the things on the corners of castles, aren't those called turrets too?
I believe so.
Is that what that's called?
I'm certain that the web will correct us if we're in error.
Yeah.
All right, do I just have a bunch of extra pieces?
You've got a flatty, right?
Yeah.
Is there supposed to be one on the bottom?
I don't think so. I think we're good.
No, you got the rounds on the bottom.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, you're done.
All right.
I used my extra piece on the bottom. All right.
We're grown men,
We are.
and we did spend part of our evening building Legos,
We did.
but bonding over stories.
Yes, and burping at bar supper. Let us know if you liked the Legos. We have more of these to play with.
I'm an adult.
Jojo, pass the booba. I ain't got no booba.
Cutting that.
You know what he says?
I don't know. My daughter will have questions. She'll be looking at all my YouTube channels, just being like, "Mom, I don't know how you did it."
As she pulls out, she pulls out a cigarette.
My father.
I don't know how Dad did it.
This one goes out to you, sweetie. Sorry I couldn't pay for college. We were buying Legos.
Just two grown men doing what grown men do.
In a
Building
garage,
Legos.
building Legos, drinking whiskey, on our homemade bar.
Yeah.
Sláinte.
Slungevow.
And to you. Oh, I'm an adult.